6 silent signs your heart is in trouble after 60. Don't ignore these. After 60, life takes on a different rhythm. Maybe you've retired, or perhaps you're enjoying more time with family and friends. Yet, even as you savor these moments, there's that quiet voice in the back of your mind, urging you to take care of yourself, to stay healthy, for the people and things you love. And this isn't about being alarmed, but about equipping yourself with the right knowledge to protect the heart that's carried you through a lifetime of highs and lows. It's a conversation about your well-being, one that includes recognizing those 6 silent signs your heart is in trouble after 60. Think of this as a friendly chat, a chance to sit down, take a breath, and learn a bit more about the signals your body might be sending. Because knowledge, it can truly be the difference that keeps your heart strong and steady for years to come. We've already touched on how persistent fatigue might signal that your heart is struggling to pump blood as efficiently as it once did. But what does this actually feel like on a day-to-day basis? Imagine you've spent your Saturday morning in the garden. Maybe it's a warm, sunny day, and you're tending to those tomato plants you've nurtured since spring. Normally, this would leave you feeling accomplished, a little tired, but happy, but lately it's different. After only 20 minutes of work, you're leaning on the garden spade, catching your breath, and wondering if you should call it a day. Deep down, you know this level of exhaustion isn't normal for you. It's subtle changes like this, the ones that creep up slowly, that we need to pay attention to. And while it might feel frustrating, it's important to remember that asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's wisdom. A quick visit to your doctor can confirm if what you're feeling is related to your heart or something else. And either way, that's one step closer to getting back to the things you enjoy. Continuing with the theme of subtle signs, discomfort in places like your jaw, neck, and back can sneak up on you in ways that are easy to dismiss. Think about it. You're sitting at the kitchen table, poring over the crossword puzzle, when a dull ache creeps into your jaw. It's nothing sharp or alarming, just something that's there. You might attribute it to chewing a tough piece of bread earlier or an old dental issue flaring up. But then it happens again, perhaps the next day, when you're out for a walk or climbing a flight of stairs. This is one of those moments where subtle patterns matter. If the ache comes and goes with activity but eases when you rest, it might be worth checking out. The key here is to listen. Your body has a way of speaking up when something isn't quite right. Don't ignore any signs or symptoms that your body may be giving you. It's important to pay attention to any changes, even if they seem minor. Another sign that shouldn't be ignored is persistent fatigue. We all experience tiredness from time to time, but if it becomes a regular occurrence and interferes with your daily life, it could be a red flag for something more serious. Fatigue can be caused by a variety of health issues such as anemia, thyroid problems, or sleep disorders. If you find yourself feeling constantly exhausted despite getting enough rest and practicing self-care, it's worth discussing with your doctor. In addition to physical symptoms, our mental well-being is also an important aspect of our overall health. Mental health refers to our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and behave in our daily lives. Mental health can be impacted by a wide range of factors, including genetics, life experiences, and environment. Just like physical health, it is important to take care of our mental well-being in order to live a fulfilling and happy life. One way to prioritize your mental health is by practicing self-care. This might include activities such as exercise, relaxation techniques, or spending quality time with loved ones. It's also important to seek support when needed, whether it be through therapy or talking to a trusted friend or family member. Let's talk more about dizziness, because this one is particularly easy to overlook, especially if we chalk it up to standing up too fast or being dehydrated. But imagine this scenario. You're out for lunch with a friend, enjoying a good meal and an even better conversation. You stand up to leave, and suddenly the room tilts. Your friend steadies you, and you laugh it off with a joke about getting old. But in the back of your mind, there's a flicker of concern. When dizziness becomes regular or seems to come out of nowhere, it's time to dig deeper. One man I recently spoke with who experienced this kind of lightheadedness learned it was related to irregular heart rhythms. Once diagnosed, treatment helped him regain his stability, not just physically, but emotionally as well. The worry lifted and he felt in control again. That's the kind of outcome we're aiming for, which is why a quick check-in with a healthcare provider is so important. Swelling in the legs, ankles, or feet often goes unnoticed because it develops gradually. Think back to the last time you tried on shoes for a special outing. Were your feet a little snugger than usual, or did the straps of your sandals leave faint indentations by the end of the day? This might seem minor, but swelling, or edema, as it's called medically, is one of the ways your heart speaks up when it's under stress. This happens because a struggling heart can lead to fluid buildup in the body. You may notice swelling first thing in the morning when you slip on your slippers, or later in the day as you sit with your feet hanging down. It might feel like you've just been on your feet too much, but if this happens regularly, it's a good idea to mention it to your doctor. They may check your heart's pumping ability, or even suggest ways to ease the fluid buildup, such as elevating your feet, or introducing low-sodium dietary changes. Simple adjustments like these can make a world of difference. And what about those restless nights, where you find yourself sitting up in bed, struggling to catch your breath? This can be one of the more alarming signs, especially if it happens suddenly and wakes you from sleep. For example, a woman I spoke to once described how she'd wake in a panic, feeling like she couldn't get enough air. She'd rush to the window, hoping the cool night air would make a difference. At first, she dismissed it as anxiety or bad dreams, but over time, she realized the episodes occurred more frequently and felt more severe. When she finally sought help, she learned she had heart failure, a condition that requires careful management, but one that still allowed her to enjoy her daily walks and family time. Her story is a powerful reminder that taking action, even when you're uncertain, can lead to answers that help you stay in charge of your health. And while we're on the subject of emotions, anxiety is often an overlooked piece of the puzzle. Yes, life comes with its curveballs, and we all experience worry from time to time, but unexplained anxiety, especially if it's accompanied by physical symptoms like rapid heartbeat or shortness of breath, can sometimes be a sign that something deeper is going on. Picture this scenario. You're sitting on the porch in the early evening, watching the sky shift into hues of pink and orange. Suddenly, without warning, a wave of unease washes over you. It's as if something's wrong, but you can't put your finger on it. Your heart races, your chest feels tight, and for a moment, you wonder if you're imagining things. This isn't just about feeling nervous. It's an invitation to tune in. While anxiety can have many causes, when it comes out of the blue or feels out of character, it's worth a conversation with your doctor. They might discover that what feels emotional is actually physiological, an early sign your heart is asking for attention. At this point, you might be feeling a mix of emotions. Maybe you're reflecting on your own experiences or thinking about someone you love. That's a powerful thing, because the most important step in heart health is awareness. By recognizing these subtle signs, you're taking the first step toward protecting yourself and staying well. And remember, this information isn't meant to make you fearful, it's meant to empower you to act. Taking action for heart health now that you're aware of the subtle signs your heart may be sending you, it's important to take action towards improving your heart health. Here are some steps you can take. 1. Get regular checkups. It's important to schedule regular checkups with your doctor. This allows them to monitor your heart health and catch any potential issues early on. 2, make healthy lifestyle choices. One of the best ways to keep your heart healthy is by making healthy lifestyle choices. This includes eating a balanced diet, incorporating exercise into your daily routine, avoiding smoking and excessive alcohol consumption, and managing stress effectively. 3, know your family history. Having a family history of heart disease can increase your risk of developing it. Make sure to know your family's medical history and discuss it with your doctor so they can properly assess and monitor your risk. 4, watch your cholesterol levels. High cholesterol levels can lead to plaque buildup in the arteries, increasing the risk of heart disease. Talk to your doctor about getting regular cholesterol screenings, and work on maintaining healthy levels through diet and exercise. 5, keep an eye on your blood pressure. High blood pressure is another major risk factor for heart disease. It's important to get regular blood pressure checks and take steps to manage or lower it if necessary. When it comes to heart health, small, consistent changes can make a big difference. Simple adjustments like incorporating more fruits and vegetables into your diet, staying physically active, and managing stress effectively can build a strong foundation for a healthier heart. Regular checkups with your healthcare provider are also key, as they can help monitor your heart's health and catch potential issues early. Remember, taking care of your heart is a lifelong commitment, but every step you take can lead to a longer, more vibrant life. One woman who reached out to me after a similar discussion shared her story of feeling overwhelming fatigue for months. She had assumed it was part of aging, slowing down a little as she reached 68, but something had lingered in her mind, a little voice whispering that something didn't feel quite right. Once she shared her concerns with a cardiologist, she learned her fatigue was linked to atrial fibrillation, a common heart condition. Having that diagnosis allowed her to take specific steps to manage it, including medications, light exercise, and changes to her diet. Today, she's back to leading her garden club and feels like her energetic self once again. Stories like hers remind us of the power of paying attention and taking action. Listening to your body isn't just important for physical health, it can play a critical role in mental well-being too. Stress, anxiety, and depression often manifest through physical symptoms such as headaches, fatigue, or an unsettled stomach. Recognizing these signs and seeking the right support can make a significant difference in managing mental health challenges. Whether it's through therapy, mindfulness practices, or simply reaching out to a friend, taking these steps can help restore balance and improve overall quality of life. By staying attuned to both physical and mental cues, we empower ourselves to lead healthier, more fulfilling lives. Importance of mental health awareness. Mental health is an essential aspect of overall well-being. It refers to our emotional, psychological, and social well-being and affects how we think, feel. Just like physical health, mental health can vary from person to person and can change over time. Therefore, it's crucial to be aware of our own mental health as well as those around us. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the importance of mental health awareness. It has become a global issue, with increasing attention being paid to it by governments and organizations worldwide. This is because mental health issues affect a significant portion of the population and have a profound impact on individuals, families, and friends. Now, I ask you to reflect. Have you noticed any of these silent signs we've discussed? Even if you're unsure, take a moment to consider how you've been feeling lately. And if any part of today's conversation resonated with you, jot it down. Bring it up with your doctor, share it with a loved one, or even just start a personal journal to track any changes you notice. Small actions add up to significant results. That's the beauty of being proactive. Finally, I want to leave you with this thought. Your heart has carried you through so much already. It's witnessed your courage, your resilience, and every smile you've shared with others. Now it's your turn to support it in the best way you can. By listening to your body and making even the smallest of changes, you're not just taking care of your heart, you're carving out a future filled with more joy, connection, and vitality. Your heart is an incredible organ that works tirelessly every day to keep you alive and thriving. It's responsible for pumping blood, delivering oxygen and nutrients to your cells, and removing waste products from your body. But did you know that your heart is also deeply connected to your emotional well-being? Research has shown that negative emotions like stress, anger, and anxiety can have a negative impact on our hearts, while positive emotions like love, gratitude, and joy can improve heart health. This connection between the mind and the heart highlights the importance of taking care of both aspects of our health. While we often focus on physical exercise and nutrition when it comes to keeping our hearts healthy, it's just as important to prioritize our mental and emotional well-being. One way to support both our mind and heart is through practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. By regularly incorporating mindfulness practices into our daily lives, we can reduce stress and anxiety, improve mood, and ultimately support a healthier heart. There are various ways to incorporate mindfulness into your routine. Some people find it helpful to set aside dedicated time for meditation or deep breathing exercises. Others practice mindfulness by engaging in activities like yoga or Tai Chi that promote focus on the present moment. In addition to formal practices, we can also cultivate mindfulness in our everyday lives by simply paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and surroundings. This can involve slowing down and fully experiencing daily tasks like eating, walking, or even brushing our teeth. Mindfulness has been shown to have numerous benefits for both physical and mental health. It can help reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, as well as improve sleep quality and overall well-being. By practicing mindfulness regularly, we can become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to respond more effectively rather than react impulsively. Furthermore, incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives can also improve our relationships with others. By being present in the moment and truly listening to others without judgment or distraction, we can cultivate deeper connections and understanding. Overall, the practice of mindfulness offers countless benefits that can enhance our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It can help us reduce stress and anxiety, improve focus and productivity, increase self-awareness and compassion, and ultimately lead to a more fulfilling life. So how can we start incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives? One simple way is by setting aside a specific time each day for meditation or mindful breathing exercises. Even just a few minutes of quiet reflection can make a big difference in our overall mindset. Additionally, we can also practice being mindful during everyday activities such as eating, walking, or even brushing our teeth. By focusing on the present moment and fully engaging in these actions without distraction or autopilot mode, we can bring mindfulness into all aspects of our lives. Another way to incorporate mindfulness into our daily routines is through journaling. Taking a few minutes each day to write down our thoughts, feelings, and experiences can help us become more aware of our emotions and thought patterns. This can lead to a better understanding of ourselves and how we respond to different situations. Furthermore, surrounding ourselves with reminders or cues for mindfulness can also be helpful. This could include placing inspiring quotes or images around our living spaces, setting reminders on our phone or computer to take mindful breaks throughout the day, or even wearing a piece of jewelry that serves as a physical reminder to stay present. In addition to these daily practices, it's important to remember that mindfulness is not just about being present in the moment, but also about cultivating self-compassion and non-judgment towards ourselves. We often tend to be our own harshest critics, constantly berating ourselves for past mistakes or worrying about future outcomes. Mindfulness teaches us to let go of these negative thoughts and simply observe them without attachment. In this way, mindfulness can also serve as a tool for managing stress and anxiety. By acknowledging our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we are better able to cope with difficult situations and regulate our emotions. This in turn can lead to improved overall well-being and decreased levels of stress. It's also important to note that mindfulness is not a one-size-fits-all practice. What works for one person may not work for another, and it's important to find techniques that resonate with you. Some common techniques used in mindfulness practice include deep breathing exercises, body scans, guided meditations, and mindful movement such as yoga or walking. The key is to find a technique that helps you focus on the present moment and let go of distracting thoughts. In addition to its benefits for mental well-being, mindfulness has also been linked to physical health benefits. Studies have shown that practicing mindfulness can improve immune function, decrease blood pressure, and even reduce symptoms of chronic pain. However, it's important to note that mindfulness should not be seen as a replacement for medical treatment. Rather, it can be used as a complementary practice to support overall health and well-being. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Here are some simple ways to bring mindfulness into your everyday life. Take a few minutes each day to sit in silence and focus on your breath. This can help calm the mind and improve concentration. Practice mindful eating by paying attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. This can also help with portion control and making healthier food choices. When doing daily tasks, such as washing dishes or brushing your teeth, try to fully engage in the activity instead of letting your mind wander. This can turn mundane tasks into meditative moments. Incorporate movement into your daily routine. This could be through exercise, yoga, or even just taking a short walk outside. Moving your body can help release tension and improve overall well-being. Keep a gratitude journal and write down things you are thankful for each day. This can help shift your focus to the positive aspects of life and improve overall outlook. Make time for hobbies or activities that bring you joy and relaxation. This could be reading, painting, listening to music, or anything else that brings you happiness. Spend quality time with loved ones and disconnect from technology. Having meaningful connections with others is important for mental health. Prioritize self-care by setting aside time each day to do something that makes you feel good, whether it's taking a bath, going for a walk, or simply practicing mindfulness. Seek professional help if needed. There is no shame in seeking therapy or counseling to work through difficult emotions and experiences. Remember to be patient with yourself and allow yourself to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. Practice gratitude and positive self-talk. Instead of focusing on your flaws, try to focus on your strengths and what you are grateful for in life. Set realistic goals for yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. This can help boost self-esteem and motivation. Thank you for spending this time with me today and for opening yourself up to this conversation. If you learned something valuable, give this video a thumbs up and don't shy away from hitting that subscribe button for more insights. Share this video with someone you care about. You never know whose life you might save by spreading the knowledge. And as always, remember, you deserve a happy, healthy heart, no matter your age. Here's to living fully, freely, and vibrantly for the years ahead. Take care, and until next time.